Now, a class action suit accuses some very big tech companies, companies that you know very well, of colluding to suppress wages. All rise. Judge Andrew Napolitano is here. Is it correct to say that they have a policy that tries to stop one company like Apple poaching staff from Google, which essentially keeps people in place at their current wages? Is that the nature of the complaint?
Yes, it is true that that is part of the allegation, and it is true that there is evidence to support that allegation. Before coming into the studio, I read, for you, dear Stuart, I read the court's decision denying the defendant's summary judgment. So the giants, Apple, Google, we know all of their names, moved to dismiss the case on the grounds that as a matter of law, what they did was not actionable. The judge denied that motion, and in the act of denying it, he was required to enumerate the evidence that militated against it. Yep. And there is, in his view, substantial evidence to show that there was this collusion. Now, does that mean that there'll be a trial? No.
No, they'll settle.
They've acknowledged, this is a rare acknowledgement, that they're close on settling. Now, if they acknowledge they're close on settling, I'm going to guess the settlement is done. They're waiting for the ink to dry. But you're not talking about just a settlement. But you're talking about something into the billions.
But they've got it.
Yes, they have. Yes, there's no question.
Where does that money go?
Yeah.
The billions.
Who gets the money?
Very good question. It goes to everybody in the class, which is every employee of all of those enormous corporations who ever in some way had an opportunity to move to another corporation and couldn't. Now, how you enter the class is a little difficult to describe. But you're talking about probably hundreds of thousands of members of the class. Wow. So you may be talking about from $10,000 to $100,000 per person. The court will come up with some schedule as to how you get in the class and where you enter the class and how much money you get.
But I think it's a legitimate lawsuit. I mean, I'm not familiar.
But wait a minute.
I don't normally say this.
Is this the Stuart Varney? Is there such a thing as a legitimate lawsuit?
In this case, yes. Just think of yourself.
But as you are a major investor in one of the defendants.
Microsoft?
Yes, they're all in this. Yes.
So some of my shareholder money is going to go out of
this? Yes. Now, do you still think that this is a legitimate lawsuit?
Outrageous. Now, wait a second. If you're an employee...
On the merits of the facts, you're arguing the plaintiffs have a case.
I think so.
Right.
Because if you're working there at Apple or wherever you're working, you've got another company that you might move to and take your expertise with you and earn more money at that other company.
They won't accept your resume.
No,
and they won't return your phone calls.
Right.
Because
they won't let them poach each other.
Correct.
Well, that's not a legitimate situation.
Correct.
I wish Microsoft was not part of this suit, but apparently they are.
It actually substantially interferes with interstate commerce.
Last one.
No, I was just going to say, I think it's backfiring against all of these big names. You see all of these startups every single day. They're getting funded. They're coming up with great ideas. All of these people worked for these behemoths and couldn't get anywhere in the food chain or find a new company.
We're all agreed. It is a legitimate lawsuit.
Yes. You know what some of the strongest evidence was? Emails of the late, great Steve Jobs.
Really?
Tons of them. Yes. Ooh. Surprising that he put all that stuff in writing, but he did.
We're running out of time, but I've got one more for you.
Sure.
The IRS is considering a tax on what you get from your employer free. Now, I'm thinking about the Googles of this world, where they give free massages or free dry cleaning or free food, that kind of thing. They want to tax that as a workplace perk. I mean, any excuse to tax your income, whatever your income is.
Well, listen, you know my views of taxation, but under the law as it currently exists, they can do that. They can impose that tax, sure.
On anything that you get from your employer.
A benefit from whatever source derived, given in order to induce you to work for the giver of the benefit.
So the administration wants to go
freebies are taxable, but this is discretionary with the administration, really. They don't have to do this, but freebies are generally taxable.
But they're going to.
Yes,
they're going to do this.
Apparently they're going to do it. Now, how do they put a fair market value on it? You know, they'll conduct some sort of a study and have a range of fair market value on the quality of food, the nature of the massage, how long the massage was, all this kind of stuff.
How many forms do you have to fill out to say, I got fish and chips for lunch?
How many more IRS agents do you have to hire to collect this tax?
Yes.
It's probably going to cost more to implement this thing.
But one last one.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I got to ask, what about if I travel for my company and I earn frequent flyer miles? Are they my miles? Yes. Are they taxable to me?
That has never been addressed as far as I know. I think they might be taxable to you, I'm sorry to tell you.
That's all right, Judge. That's okay. That was a good one today. You know, that was a good one, I got to say.
Thank you, sir.
Despite the inclusion of Microsoft. That was good. Thank you, Judge. See you soon.
Okay.